Optimus, the most advanced operating room ever created. Optimus, unparalleled safety, intelligent design, clutter-free operating environment, huge financial breakthroughs, ROI time-slashed. Optimus, an unprecedented leap forward in operating room technology for patients, for surgical staff, for hospitals. A sustainable and scalable model for the future of healthcare facilities infrastructure. Optimus, the integrated surgical environment. Optimus has created the world's most advanced surgical operating room solution. A fully integrated, standardized systems approach, Optimus provides the first truly sustainable solution for the hospital's most important financial engine, the operating room. Adhering to design principles long established in other industries, efficiency by design, safety by design, sterility and environment, Optimus has developed both the software and hardware to realize this solution. But the most advanced operating room is much more than software and hardware. What does the concept of most advanced really mean? Hospitals are facing increasing pressure to improve efficiencies and lower operating costs. When hospital administrators look to build or restore critical infrastructure, they are faced with the reality of a 10 to 30-year future of mounting financial difficulties, making it problematic to remain sustainable as reimbursements decline and operational costs increase. Hospitals are indeed asking the question, how do I position our facility as the most advanced, high-tech, competitive, and safest possible? The questions they are really asking are, how do I justify our major capital healthcare facilities infrastructure investment? And how long will we have to wait to see a return on that investment? How will I make our facilities sustainable in the face of decreasing reimbursements? How do we maximize our patient workflows? How will we attract the most talented doctors, nurses, and healthcare support professionals? The operating room is the most financially impactful sector of the hospital and represents a microcosm of the larger problems that hospitals face. After little change in operating rooms from 1900 to 1970, there has been an explosion in complexity due to the introduction of increasingly numerous and intricate devices and monitoring systems. Paradoxically, this has led to an increase in medical errors and surgical site infections, decreased efficiencies and throughputs, and increased systems variability. The cost impact has been tremendous. In response to these problems, Optimus offers a single systems approach, a sustainable solution for hospitals with fewer infections, a safer and calmer environment, and a far higher level of efficiency. Fewer infections mean better patient outcomes and lower hospital liability. In the U.S. alone, there are over 133,000 surgical infections every year. The Optimus ozone sterility system eliminates all infectious agents, making Optimus the first to produce a fully sterilizable operating room. The Optimus AmbiWall is a seamless, non-porous composite with an auto-sterilizing compound that keeps harmful surface pathogens under control. The Optimus RFID pass-through supply cabinets allows stocking from the outside, preventing potentially contagious personnel from entering the room. In-wall waste disposals mean an end to the clutter of garbage cans on the OR floor. The Optimus Integrated Air Plenum provides laminar low-velocity flow, reducing the number of particles that might enter a surgical site. A defining feature of the Optimus operating room is an operating room free of clutter and safety hazards. 4 retractable floor pods provide mobile medical equipment, such as anesthesia carts, with localized service connections without cables and hoses trailing along the floor or hanging down from ceiling columns. All necessary wires and hoses come from the operating table to the table. The table pod contains electrical power, medical gases and vacuum, audio-visual, and Ethernet ports, and power and data for the warming pad system, all within a low-profile unit. An operating room free of obstructions, such as monitor and lighting booms, service columns, garbage cans, and cables and hoses underfoot, is not only a safer room to work in, but one with a positive psychological impact. Controlling it all is a unified touchscreen user interface with a consistent design, real-time feedback and component status, and presets to improve workflow. It allows adjustments to be made to surgical lighting, the operating table, and other components without ever having to touch them, avoiding the spread of potential pathogens altogether. Creating an environment of calm and confidence for both staff and patients results in a less stressful workplace for all involved. Less stress leads to improved workforce efficiencies and fewer surgical errors. The Optimus Room has a clean, clutter-free design with excellent line of sight in all directions. Ambient lighting provides soft, pleasing color in any hue and intensity. Circadian room lighting keeps surgical staff in tune with day-night cycles for peak performance. Higher efficiency is achieved through time-saving logistics and increased throughput. The Optimus RFID supply cabinets allow stocking in advance for multiple surgeries and reduces time to find of surgical supplies to just seconds. A real-time feedback patient warming system prevents patient heat loss. Patients with warmer body temperatures wake up sooner, reducing the time they must remain in the operating room or recovery room after surgery has been completed. Turnover times between operations can vary greatly. The Optimus Robotic Floor Genie allows turnover time to be fixed at an amazing 12 minutes, each time, every time. Backups in the recovery room prevent patients from leaving the OR. The Optimus Air Traffic Control manages patient flow, freeing up the OR sooner. In total, delays due to inefficiency can consume between 5 and 10 hours per day, reducing the total number of surgeries that can take place in an OR. Optimus reduces downtime to as low as 1.25 hours per day, which is 75% less than standard ORs, allowing 1 additional surgery per day on average. Higher efficiencies are also achieved in a dramatic way by employing a systems approach to the hospital's entire operating room suite. The Optimus business case is not to sell operating rooms, but rather to sell complete operating room systems. Efficiencies of scale are achieved when at least 10 rooms are installed. A single workflow and logistics solution for the entire operating room suite allows for standardization of workforce procedures and policies, a tremendous reduction in irregularities from room to room, control of vendor variability, and a military approach to logistics. Cost controls are possible when scalability becomes a fact of life in the operating room sector. Compared with standard operating rooms, which take as long as 9 years to reach payback, with the Optimus Integrated Surgical Environment Solution, hospitals will realize break-even for their capital investment by the beginning of year 3. The combination of earlier return on investment and improved efficiencies will reverse the trend towards ever-increasing operating costs experienced by hospitals that deploy a standard operating room installation. Finally, for those hospitals that are for-profit, improved efficiencies result in an increase in net profit as a result of much higher contribution margins for the operating room sector of the hospital of anywhere between $1.8 to $2.2 million per room per year. Optimus innovations have the potential to revolutionize the OR space worldwide and represents a very unique investment opportunity. Our proprietary technology will significantly reduce infection risk, increase safety, and improve efficiency. In addition, the Optimus technology has been specifically developed to enable a much higher profitability for the most expensive area in a hospital, the operating room. The driver for this is a radical shortening of downtime and the application of a systems approach to the operating room sector of the hospital, allowing for an increase in OR utilization rates and a decrease in operating room costs. Optimus, the future of medicine. Here, now. Join the revolution. Be a part of the most significant and far-reaching advance in operating room technology ever envisioned. Optimus, the integrated surgical environment.